Hi, this is Prak with iRepairMD, and today we have a cracked Galaxy Tab 3 Lite. And it has a damaged digitizer, and as you can see, the LCD is working on. It's on. This is the back. The model number is right on the bottom right here. Okay, today we're gonna change it. We're gonna replace the cracked digitizer and screen with a new one. And the Tab 3, you can find the replacement LCD the replacement glass and digitizer fairly cheap. You can get it online from eBay or Amazon for under 20 bucks. And this one here I got from Amazon for about $20, so $18 to be more precise. And the only tools that we need, since this one already have the adhesive, the adhesive to it, and the digitizer connector right here, all we're going to need is a Phillips screw bit right here, and then we can go to town. So let's go ahead and begin repair. So like all devices, what we want to do for repairing it is power it down. So locate the power button. This one is on the for the Galaxy, it is the top right button right here. All right, power down the screen. Oops, not airplane mode. Power down. All right. So the digitizer is not working exactly the way as planned. In order to get this to work again properly, we would have to replace it. So now that we have this power down, there's no screw to remove. All you need to do is just pry it. This whole shell right here, this whole shell, well, you want to make sure there's no SD card in here first before you open up the shell, okay? So inspect, make sure there's no SD card to block your way of opening the shell. And the whole shell is the casing, and we just need to just open it up. And so with some force, use my nails here, okay? For this one, you also need a heat gun, by the way. So let's go ahead and apply some force. I'm gonna pull a razor to the side right here, okay? Once I get the initial force in, I should be able to open up the shell and attack this area right here, this corner. And this heat will weaken the frame a little bit, so you can open up the shell. You have to unclamp the plastic. So what we're doing is adding a little heat so the shell is a little more flexible. Okay, so now we have that lifted up. Now it's fairly easy. Once you open this up, you should be able to just pull the shell apart carefully. Open the side right here. Pull the clamp off. There we go. Everything else is all kind of like clamped in. Okay. So let's go ahead. Pull the rest off. Okay. So now you have this back shell, which you can put out of play for now. Now we have the logic board. This is the display connector right here. Let's go ahead and just make sure everything is nice and fastened and seated properly. Okay, and that is the case. This is the battery connector, and this is the digitizer. So let's go ahead and disable the digitizer, and also, just to be safe when we work on this thing, we want to also disable the battery. So I go ahead and pull the battery out. so it doesn't turn on until we need it to. Now let's go ahead and add some heat. All we need to do now for this is add heat around the frame, and we should be able to lift the frame. And again, this digitizer does not come with the button, so make sure you don't damage the flex cable to the home button and the menu tab. Okay, so let's go ahead and add some heat. The heat should weaken the adhesive that's bonding the digitizer and shield to the LCD. The LCD underneath is fine. I'm adding the heat, letting it's gotta feel. All right, so now let's go ahead. So underneath, what we need to do is do the leading edge with the, go ahead and put it up carefully. So now the adhesive, you see the adhesive come off fairly easy. Still have some finessing. And you don't, when you do this, you don't want to damage the LCD underneath. So be very careful with the digitizer. Okay. And then now what we need to do is go ahead and add some more heat as we work the digitizer around. Okay, so now we're going to run this around. I'm using my razor to cut open the adhesive strip. Okay, get to a point where I can actually pull it. Okay, so now go ahead. The majority of the adhesive, the strong part is right here. Once you do the top and bottom frame, it's fairly easy to remove. So let's concentrate in this area. So the adhesive is fairly strong on this thing. I would say it's extremely strong. Okay, so now let's go ahead and pull this off carefully. All right, so now we have the digitizer pulled off. See it like this. All right, so now the digitizer is out. Okay. We're going to replace it with the new one, but first we have to make sure that everything is aligned. And this is the home button right here. That's resting right here. And we got a few other adhesives we have to remove first. So first thing we have to do is remove the old adhesive off the frame. So the new one will stick just fine. At this point, the digitizer area here is out of play, and I'll show you how to get the glass shard off the digitizer. What you want to do though is not touch the digitizer at all, or the LCD. Okay, now you have that done. We can remove this adhesive here. There's still adhesive strip that's around the frame. Let's go ahead and peel it off. Be very careful. All right. All right, now that we have that peeled off, what we're gonna do is gonna brush this off here prior to repairing it. So I have a light piece of foam right here, and what I'm doing is just lightly running it running all the glass off. You can use a can air in this situation, but I find that can air will shoot the glass all over the place. So in this case, I'm just going to use a light foam and squeegee any piece of glass off, okay? And now that we have the glass totally removed off, let's go ahead and align the home button back into place right here, okay? And now we are bringing in the digitizer, okay? The digitizer you get is going to be double-sided. It's going to have the plastic film to cover the glass, and then when you expose it, you have the adhesive already made. And so let's go ahead and do a final check to make sure that there's no glass piece blocking us. Okay, now all the glass pieces are all gone. Let's go ahead and peel this. Be very careful around the digitizer flex here. Okay, so now we'll line it up right on the spot. Okay, once you have it lined up, and again, we're looking at the home button right here. Make sure the home button is lined up. See this? Okay, now the home button is lined up. Now let's line up the frame, turn it over. Okay, now this is done. Okay, now let's go ahead and put the tab in. And this is the digitizer connector. Now let's go ahead and put the battery connector back in. Okay, make sure it's all seated properly. Okay, now the battery is seated. Let's lock it in place. And this is the LCD. Let's go ahead and seat the LCD properly. There we go. LCD is properly seated. Now let's go ahead and we're gonna remove this piece now. We don't need this leather piece anymore. Put the leather piece in a nice place. And now we have a white surface area where we can do the final repair. Let's go ahead and power on the phone, the tablet, to make sure that the LCD is on, and then we're gonna test the digitizer, okay? All right. You don't hear any sound on this because the speaker is actually located right here behind the tab. So once we put the plate back on, you can get speakers. But right now, what we're going to be testing is the home button. Make sure it works, and also the screen. And the digitizer does work, so everything here is great. Menu button, back button, internet. This is the menu. Back tab, okay. Home button, all work. Let's go ahead and put the back piece back on. Back piece on, it's fairly easy. What I have to do is just clamp it on. See, now this is all done. All we need to do is add a little heat around the frame. All right, so basically, once I add the heat around the frame, it loosened up the glue, and so it increased the bond. And once the glue cools down, the bond is permanent until you add more heat to remove it. But anyways, let's go ahead and peel the digitizer off, and there you go, the screen off. Now you have a brand new tab. This is Prac with iRepairMD, and what you saw was a digitizer replacement of a Galaxy 3 Tab Lite. Safe repair, and have a good day.